Okay, so let's talk a little bit about defining your boating lifestyle. Firstly, you will have noticed this picture on my wall. So I want to tell you why that's on my wall. And it's not necessarily a boat that I would choose myself. It is a very modern take, I guess, on a kind of a picnic boat lifestyle. And a bit of a go fast. It's pretty quick. I think they do a lazy 35 knots or something like that. But the reason it's there is because of what it represents. And it's there to remind me every single day that when I'm working with people like yourself, um, the tendency is to look at, and there's nothing wrong with this, but the tendency is to look at the lifestyle down. And what I'm offering my skill set is to help you understand the boats as well from the keel up, so that we meet somewhere in the middle and yeah, and find a decision that's truly right for you in accessing your boating lifestyle. So, and that's what it represents. It represents that brochure image. And there's nothing wrong with you having that brochure image in your mind's eye, because that's what you're trying to achieve. But that's why I said earlier, I believe you would have heard me say that the gap between the brochure image and the reality sometimes can be poles apart. So what we need to do is find that middle ground in lifestyle expectation. So obviously looking at boats and the myriad of boats that are out there, and I know you've all been looking at boats online and boatsales.com.au and Yacht World, and it's fabulous. But the one thing that's slightly overwhelming is just the sheer variance of boats, types. And of course, let's just look at the most basic: motor, sail, fishing, water sports, and then we go into the variants. So in motor, there's cruising, there's long range cruising, there's picnic boats, there's which are the sort of gentleman style cruisers they used to call them, go fast boats, slow boats, putt putts, and then there's the water sports boats. Okay, there's wake boats, there's so many variants. There's punts, there's flat bottom boats, there's all sorts of weird and wonderful things, outboards, inboards, and then you're looking at yachts, you're looking at racing pedigree, club racing pedigree, cruising pedigree. You're looking at what else have we got in the yacht? I mean, the yachting is like deck saloons or open boats, and then you've got your fishing weaponry, and your fishing weaponry obviously is something that just looks like it's meant to go out there and take on tuna. Something that's still trailerable, but can get out to the shelf. And there are few, very few. There's a few really key brands in that, and really key styles and hull profiles. So it's easy to go, it's too much. It's all too much, and there's too many things to look at. But then there are things that we call crossover boats. And there, if you're more family orientated and you're looking at a family sort of not going belting off the coast of Bermagui and out to the shelf to chase barrels or whatever, we're looking at a crossover boat. Now, a crossover boat is something that has a little bit of comfort in it. It's a little bit of some sleeping. It may have a little day head in it. It has this little galley section with a barbecue, and it's all very shiny and nice. It's carpeted, and yeah, you can still fish off the back of it. By no stretch of the imagination is this thing an open ocean, we've lost sight of land kind of fishing weaponry. But that's the balancing act. There's some of the balancing points we need to find in assessing our lifestyle expectation. Trailer boats, obviously, if you're looking at trailer boating, trailer boats are quite easy to, you might have thought about a bigger boat, but you can move a trailer boat around. You can go to places, for example, around Sydney and Pittwater, and even further down south here in Port Phillip. You're not restricted by just that spot to leave from. Obviously, trailer boats, you can also put them in rack and stacks, so you can have them at a location where they can be put in the water for you, and they are just becoming everywhere. They're just being built everywhere. So there's advantages to that trailerable size boat. Then when you're moving up into marina boats, obviously the lifestyle starts at the gate. It doesn't necessarily have to start with you getting on a boat and doing this massive ocean voyage or mission or whatever. That might be what you want to do as well. But From experience and having been around marinas, especially around marinas on places like Christmas, New Year week, it's a real community environment, and that community starts at the gate. So, and it also gives you opportunity to talk to other boat owners and hear if they're new boat owners like yourself, or if they've had many boats in the past, and really pick their brains. And so part of really educating yourself about a lifestyle and your research, maybe get down to your local yacht club, maybe get down to your local marina, see how you can get involved, see if you can stand at the bar with the rest of them and grunt knowingly, or let them do the grunting knowingly and try to pick out the gold out of all of that. So open your search, not just me, but open your search parameters to people who are actually in the boating lifestyle, so that you can really narrow it down.